Starting to break down our triangle. Find the top of our mat. Stand in Tadasana. Now fold forward, just finding a quick forward fold, and step the left foot far behind you. So we've come to find our little lunge. Start off ankle to knee, so I check in, foot's parallel to the side of our mat. Bring the hands to your hips, lifting the torso, so we're in our high lunge. Send the back heel to the mat and extend your right leg. And this should be about your spacing. I'm going to heel to my back foot in a little bit closer because it feels far away for today. Now working on lengthening your right and left leg at the same time, so you're stepping down while also squeezing the legs in. If you see that little activation, that's what we're going for. Tee the arms. Now pull the right arm forward, forward, forward. We start to pull the left hip back in opposition. So I'm really finding length through my entire right side body. Now once I feel like I can't reach any further forward, that's when I start to drop my hand to my right leg. Now my right hand on my leg does not become a kickstand. It's not there for support, it's actually there for leverage to start to open up into a twist. Now, it is okay if your hand is far up. We're looking for opening through both sides of the legs, feeling a squeezing in through the inner thighs, and a stretch through the left and right side body as we're reaching crown of the head forward. So starting off, this could be where you are, that's okay. If you have a block and you feel weight in your hand, take your block, I like on the inside of the leg, and we're looking to line up the wrist directly underneath the shoulder. Now here, I can push down into the block to use the hand for support. It also gives me the space to feel that same length through my right side body, reaching out through the crown of my head. I can still press into that leg to find the same engagement that we're looking for, but I'm not compromising my joints by pressing all of the weight of my torso into my shin, which then pushes our knee in one of the directions we don't want our knee to go. So using the hand on the block, you press down and peel the heart open towards the ceiling. Now you can reach the left arm high, and we start to look up towards the left hand. Now, little things you can do to check in. If I look down, I see I'm pretty lined up with my leg. If you only see mat, work on squeezing back in and pulling the right hip underneath the left so you feel that spinning open. Now you can take your left hand onto your left hip and use that to actually revolve. Maybe there's a little bit more space. Hand can come onto the sacrum. You can use that to find some leverage, and then this actually becomes that half bind. Now you see my fingers curl all the way around my back body so they can find my right hip crease. And then I actually pull on my hand to engage through the arm and reach out through the heart. Now, if we want to start working on our extended triangle, we start to reach the left arm forward. Now, in a perfect world, we get a beautiful diagonal line from the back of the heel through the fingertips. Just like our extended side angle, we're turning the pinky down to see the palm, and what that does is roll the shoulder down the back so you get more engagement. Once again, always finding as much active as we can in every shape. Now maybe the bottom arm starts to hover forward. We're going for as little change as we can. Okay? We use the breath as our guide. If you stop breathing anywhere along the way, that's your cue to back off. And now I can see my head is starting to droop. I like a little neck stretch here, which is what I'm getting. But again, we're looking for engagement, so I'm using strength to lift up rather than collapsing down. Now, I'm going to give a moment, second side, so you can see what's going on both directions. Also gives me a moment to stay square, stay even. Finding our Tadasana, we once again fold forward. And this time I'm going to step my right foot far behind. I'm going to always make sure I have my stance, what feels right today. Then hands to hips, lifting the torso. Feel a good space in my high lunge. Extend the left leg, spinning the right heel to the mat. Opening up the hips, so trying to get that same opening up in the hips. It's essentially our warrior two legs. Now I'm a firm believer of always adjusting to make every pose accessible to you. I feel like I have a little bit more space in my stance today. So I'm going to open it up to start. Now, once again, trying to find lightness in the toes, arches lifted and active, back heel furthest on my mat, toes slightly turning in. I feel engagement through my front leg. I'm going to work on spinning the hip open, tucking the glute underneath. It's going to give me a better stack in the hips. Reaching out in opposition through the arms. Start to pull the left arm forward, cutting the right hip back. Feel the opening up through space. Keep it when you can't reach any more forward. Then hand drops down. Now if we're not using our block, we want to start using the back of our hand as leverage to spin open. Maybe, hand starts to find the mat, where you stay where you are. Now it's one of those things, why does the hand come down? You found more space, so that's where you get a deeper stretch. Now not every practice we're not looking for our deepest of the stretches. Peeling open, we see how it feels, we check in, moving and breathing. We use our eyes as our guide, trying to be so focused on our alignment. That's where we start to find our meditation while we practice.